What is up? This is Colonial Puppet, and it's time for another exciting installment of the Let's Build a Stadium series. This is part 16 of the Let's Build a Stadium Let's Build. Last episode, we built the final section of bleachers for the short end of the field, which you can see here and there. And now, obviously, we're going to be doing the same thing for the long ends of the field. So I'll be starting over here, build the bleachers there, and then duplicate it on this side. Obviously you only have to watch one side being built, so I'm going to cut me building it on the other side, or more accurately cutting and pasting it on that side via MC Edit. Then I may or may not get into the corners of the final level of bleachers. I might actually do them differently than I have been doing them for the past two sections. And right now I'm getting right into it. I'm building the protective railing so that people don't fall over the edge. However, now Minecraft has this thing where it auto jumps, so these are pretty ineffective in keeping people from falling to their deaths. If someone chooses to build this in a survival world, and people actually use the stadium. But anyway, at least it looks safe, I guess you can say. It's a nice detail to have. But yeah, that's what we're going to do this episode. I really do want to get the corners built. I'm almost certain I'm going to do it this episode, or do the corners this episode, in which case I'm only going to build one. And then, oh my god, I have to burp. I burped. Then I'm going to have to, yeah, I just lost my train of thought. I'm going to build one corner, and then I'm going to cut me building the other three, or, like I said, cutting and pasting the other three, and mirroring the other three, because you can't just cut and paste them. You have to, like, rotate them and mirror them to fit in the corners. But, yeah. Going to do that. Then, next episode, we're going to start with the exterior and dealing with the inner workings of the stadium, like hallways and rooms and bathrooms and all that good stuff. Possibly going to put a parking garage at the base of this thing. Not quite sure yet. If this wasn't a Let's Build, I'd be doing a lot of like MC Edit editing to this thing. Oh wait. Okay, cool. But right now I have to work with what I got. What I mean by that is, like, I kind of wanted to put a parking garage underneath of this, but I would have to raise this entire thing up a couple blocks and kind of have it sit on like a pedestal in order to make room for like an underground basement. But since I already started like this, I'm not going to do that, and since people are building along, not everyone has MC Edit, and not everyone plays on the PC, so that's out of the question. So I'm going to work with what I've built so far. But anywho, so I'm going to build to there, like so. Then, I'm gonna fix this because I don't know why this is like that. I guess I forgot to cap these off. Alright. There we go. Oh wait, one more. Must have missed that. If any of you watching see me do something stupid and like miss like a fine detail, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to fix it. Oh wait, this is alright, I'm doing this wrong. This actually is like this. Cool. Alright, and then this goes all the way up to here. I'm using the yellow to kind of mark where these end. So this will end here. Lining this up with that. rid of all this spam click. By the end of this, I'm going to have carpal tunnel, if I don't already. Alright, and then comes the easier parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so this is 8. So I'm going to skip 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another 8. Wow, did I actually make these even? Are these all going to be 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then, does that mean this one's going to be 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. So this one's 8 as well. 2, 3, 8. Hopefully this one's also 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Cool. And then this one's probably like 5. Yeah, 5. So I'm gonna do 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. And then this one is really long. Let's figure out how long this one is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. 31 blocks. Okay. Let's go. Skip 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Cool. So there we are. Then we're just going to do the same thing we did, but backwards. So 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many do we do over here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So one more with 8, which makes sense. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this one, I should forget how long it was. I think it was 12, but actually no, it's not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. And this is part 16. Coincidence? I think not. So 16 over here. I don't know how many I built already. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Cool. Then we do 2, and then build all the way to the end. Good stuff. Alright. So next comes the even more boring part of doing this, where we go like so. And then it's just like, I don't know, the most repetitive Let's Build ever made. Although I've seen some like skyscraper Let's Builds that are like nothing but tedious. And like, absolutely no. I remember, there's this one, I think Creation Gamer, not to talk shit on other YouTubers, but they had some really like lackluster skyscraper let's builds. Or it's just like the empty shell let's build. Or it's like, here's this pattern you build over and over again for as tall as you want. And it was just like this like really kind of generic modern design. But it was like the same floor over and over again. Which like, I mean, I understand. A lot of my builds are like that. Just like the same floor being built over and over again. But for this let's build, it was like that was all that was. Alright. And there wasn't any like little details added in at all. It was all just like the same. Just like you build this floor and then you build it again for how many floors you want the building to have. And I think at the end of the video they had like a city made with all the same building. That was really funny. But yeah. This is pretty tedious let's build. But I mean, at least there's going to be details kind of put in, and it's not like I'm coming up with this as I go along, as I said, which is probably to my detriment because, I mean, stadiums are built with a purpose, and that purpose is to have as many people as possible be able to view a confined space, and I think the stadium fails at that, at least like here. Like if I were to go back, and I might actually go back, I would fix this so that this isn't like this and that this isn't just square. I think that was a silly idea on my part. And I mean, that's the thing about Let's Build, it's like, it doesn't leave a lot of room to make mistakes without pissing a lot of people off. Like if people are following along, they don't want to like spend all this time building something and then wait patiently for another episode to come out, which could be weeks, only to have that video tell them to destroy what they had already worked on and fix something. Don't want you guys to have to do that. But I mean, at the same time, I don't want to. It's like I'm torn between wasting your guys' time and making a Let's Build that I'm not proud of. Because I want the stadium to look nice and be practical, but at the same time, it's like I don't want you guys to have to build the same section of stadium over and over again. Because I can't make up my mind. And plus, it's like, every time I do like a time lapse of like a skyscraper Let's Build, people always ask if I could do a tutorial of it, which isn't a stupid question, but like, I don't know, when I build something, I don't want to build it again. So like, in terms of like having a pre-planned design for a Let's Build, like I mean, the only way I could imagine planning this is building it, so, and once I build it, I wouldn't want to build it again, so I kind of have to go off the cuff. I might have like some like pre-planned like little section where like it's drawn out or like conceptualized a little bit, but I'm not gonna like do a Let's Build on something that already exists. I might do something on, I mean, I don't know, unless it's like a smaller build, I guess I could do that, but for like big skyscrapers, if I already have it built, I'm probably not going to do a tutorial on it if I didn't already. That being said, I mean, I might do a Let's Build on a skyscraper that like is reminiscent of like a building that a lot of people ask for tutorials on. Like I know my very first build time lapse, a lot of people asked me to do tutorials of that building, and I never, like I don't want to build that building again, but I mean, I guess in the future I could do something where it's like I could build a building that kind of looks like that building. I don't know. Actually, you know what? That building's kind of simple. I actually might be able to do a Let's Build of that building. Let me know if you want me to do a Let's Build of the first time-lapse building I did. Although, I mean, I've seen videos of people who've been able to recreate it perfectly through that time-lapse alone. I think that time-lapse is actually pretty... I mean, yeah, you may not get, like, the numbers down of, like number of blocks, like spaces, or, like, the width and dimensions, I guess, of the building, but I think you could eyeball that pretty well with the time-lapse. And people have in the past. I'm not just, like, talking out of my ass. Like, you guys can do this. You don't need a tutorial. Just just go to YouTube settings and watch that time-lapse at a quarter of the speed, and you'll be able to do it. That's all the tutorial you'll need. People have been able to recreate it with that time-lapse alone, at least to an accurate enough degree that I couldn't tell the difference. I forget who it was, but I don't know. If you're watching this video and you recreated that building, let me know in the comments, because I know someone did who watches my channel. And if you don't know what building I'm talking about, at the end of the video where I do the previous episode and next episode, as well as the subscribe button, I'll put a link to the video I'm talking about as well. But it's basically I started doing build time-lapses, and it's like the very first build time-lapse I did back on the Xbox 360, which it was like a really big pain to do it on the 360, do time-lapses, because I couldn't rely on anyone to film it online. So, like, there was multiplayer, which would probably have been the, like, most, I guess, the best way to film it in terms of picture quality. Because, like, if I told someone, hey, just keep your character still for, like... Well, here's, like, the practical thing of it. I'm just going to... Wait, before I get into what I was about to talk about, I'm just going to build this one more time on top of this, and then I'll cut back to when I'm done building the other 10 levels of bleachers. So there's going to be a total of 12, obviously, like we did for this end. There's going to be 11 more bleachers. I'm going to build the next one and then cut the other 10. So, yeah. But anyway, back to what I was saying. There are a couple ways that you could do a build time-lapse video on the Xbox 360. One, you could have a lot of trust in a friend and have them leave their character, like have them join your world in multiplayer. Have them position their character so that they're viewing the space you want them to view, the space that you're going to build in, and have them leave that character for like 4 hours, or however hours it took to build the thing. Have them capture it and then send you the footage. Which I didn't trust anyone to do that. I didn't know anyone who... I don't even think I knew anyone who really had a capture card. And the people who did, like, I didn't want to tell someone, hey, can you join my world and just leave your character for like 4 hours? And even then, you couldn't really leave your character. You would have to press a button every once in a while, or else the screen would darken. Like, it had this like screensaver where it would just like kind of dim your screen if you were AFK for a while. So like I had to have someone sit around for however hours it took to build something with their character trained on the space that I was building, not moving, and also like pressing a button once every like 5 minutes so that their character wouldn't the footage they got wouldn't be all dark after like 5 minutes of being AFK. So I took the second route, which was just doing split screen and having 2 controllers. One controller being me building the structure, and the other controller being the person trained on the space that I was building in, capturing that with my capture device, and pressing a button every once in a while to keep the person from, keep the screen from going dim on their end. The only downside to that, the plus for that, was that I knew exactly what kind of footage I was going to get. The downside was that since it was split screen, obviously the picture was going to be, the stuff I was recording was two different screens. One, me building really fast that some people complain about. Like, a lot of comments I get that are negative are like, the top screen is making me sick because it's just like a first-person view of me running around building stuff. Eventually I got Adobe Premiere and was able to crop out that top screen of me building and just leave the bottom screen of the AFK character just watching me build. Sped that up, and that's how I did my time lapses. But again, it was only half a screen, so I had pretty big cinematic black bars on the top and bottom of my screen, which actually I kind of like, but I'd have to cut every once in a while because like my building would get out of frame after like 20 minutes of building, and I just have to continuously cut, so it wasn't a continuous stream of me building. It would cut until I built out of frame, and then I'd have to cut again to like a different angle. On the PC, however, it's extremely easy. I just get the replay mod where it records the game, basically. Like it records all my movements, all my block placements, and all I have to do is just make sure it's recording and then just build something, and then I can go back in the replay viewer, edit a camera to go anywhere I want in one continuous stream, and that's how I make my Let's Builds, or my time lapses now. Extremely easy. But yeah, wow, I went off on a tangent. I don't really miss the Xbox, especially in terms of making videos. My capture card was kind of like wonky at times. I've had some technical issues with it, whereas Fraps for the most part has been pretty stable, though I mean it does have some issues. For one, I can't get I think the audio quality is pretty bad if I'm telling Fraps to pick up my mic, which I'm doing right now. I don't know, there's kind of like a weird distorted effect to my voice, I think. And I know that because when Fraps fails to record my voice and I overdub my footage with like Audacity, the voice quality is a lot better, even though I'm using the same microphone, like the blue, high quality blue USB microphone is what I use. So I guess it's like a issue of bitrate, or yeah, I'm not sure how Fraps records audio, and it doesn't really give you much of an option in terms of settings if you're recording with an external microphone, because Fraps gives you the option to record either Windows sound effects, an external microphone, or both. And I do both, obviously, but I have the Windows sound turned down a lot so that you can hear my voice, and so my talking isn't drowned out by the sound of blocks in Minecraft. But yeah. Yeah, that's the only issue I have with Fraps, other than the size of files it makes is ridiculous. Like a 60 frames per second video, like an hour long 60 frames per second recording of Minecraft can go can be upwards of like 100 gigabytes of video, which is crazy. And I have like a 250 gigabyte hard drive right now, which I'm actually replacing. I'm getting 2 hard drives for my computer. An MSATA 250 gigabyte SSD, which will have all my program files, like my Windows files. Hopefully I'm going to get a fresh install of Windows as well. So that's going to all be on the MSATA, but I'm going to have a terabyte of hard disk drive space as well that I will save like all my Fraps files too, and audio files and stuff like that. So that's going to be a lot better than the 250 gigabyte hard disk drive I have right now. or actually it's 320, I think, 320 gigabytes. I had a terabyte of hard drive space, but the hard drive kind of failed, and I had to pull one out of my, out of another laptop I had, and wipe it and clone the disk and all that stuff. My terabyte hard drive was in the process of failing, and I was able to clone it to another hard drive. The one I'm using now, that is. But yeah, back to Fraps. Has ridiculous file sizes, has kind of poor microphone recording quality, and every once in a while I get some weird corrupted files, which can be a huge problem, especially if I'm doing Let's Builds like this, where if I'm unsure that what I'm doing right now is going to result in a file that I can use and upload, that's a problem. Thankfully it's infrequent enough that I don't really have to worry too much, but it does happen. Like last episode, when I recorded and something was up with the file and it didn't record any audio and I had to dub it. Weird stuff like that happens from time to time. And I'm such a busy person that I can't really look into every technical difficulty I run into, which kind of sucks because I want to put out the best quality content I can. But anyway, like I said, I'm finished building these two. Actually, that's a complete lie. I have to build one more row of blocks. It's the Potion of Swiftness. But yeah. And like I said, with the time-lapse videos, I don't even need to use Fraps because I use replay mod, which is built into Minecraft, which is awesome. Well, it's a mod that lets you record directly through Minecraft. It's kind of magical, honestly. That's one of my favorite mods, other than the nuke mod, which a lot of people ask me to nuke nuke Titan City again. I'm going to I kind of want to do a series where I nuke other maps. I don't know. If you guys have any recommendations for maps that they want to see blown up, let me know. Maybe that could become a thing on this channel. Just blowing stuff up. There's enough creation on this channel. Might as well do some destruction videos as well. Alright, so I'm going to build what I just built 10 more times to make a total of 12 rows of bleachers. Same we did for over there and there and there and there and there and there and there. 12 rows of bleachers. This is going to be no different. So right now we have 2, so 10 more. Math. Yeah, so I will see you when I'm done that. Alright, I'm back, and as you can see, built the 12 rows of bleachers, and just like we did over here, we're going to finish off this section by building yet some more railings so that people don't fall off the back of the stadium, as they do sometimes. I think that's how Ned Flanders' wife died in The Simpsons. I think they killed her off by having her get shot by a t-shirt cannon at a baseball game, maybe? Might have been a football game, I forget. But some game that warranted a stadium. She got shot with a t-shirt gun and was on the top row of bleachers and fell off. The end. Could be wrong. I could not be a true Simpsons fan, and I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how Ned Flanders' wife died. Yeah. Alright, oops. And we're good. Cool. So there you have it. This. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically just build it over there. So obviously, since you just saw me build this, you don't have to see me build it again. So I'm going to cut back to when this is built, or this is built over there. So I'll see you when I'm done that. Alright, I'm back, and as you can see, the one long end of the field and the other long end of the field are both built in terms of the third section of bleachers. So the bleachers are done for all four sides of the stadium, and now we're going to build the corners of the stadium. And it's funny, I was talking about earlier in this Let's Build about how I use Fraps to record these episodes, and how it's pretty good minus the occasional glitches where recording kind of goes wrong and files get corrupted. So naturally, what you're listening to now is post-recorded audio because the video file got corrupted for some reason and didn't record audio. So yeah, that's one thing about Fraps that I don't like. I have to figure out, because this is a new issue that has cropped up in the past 2 Let's Builds. I don't know what's causing it, but yeah, it's weird. The first 2 clips always record audio just fine, and then the any clips after that will not record audio. I might just have to restart Fraps every time I close out of it, or every time I close out of Minecraft. Because the thing is, I have Fraps open during the entirety of the Let's Build, but I don't have Minecraft open during the entirety of the Let's Build. I exit out of it and open MCEdit if I have to copy paste things, and I go back into Minecraft. Maybe that's messing with Fraps, I don't know. I'll have to figure out that issue, but I think just to be safe, I'm going to exit out and restart Fraps every once in a while, or every couple clips, so that I don't have to keep redubbing these videos, because especially in this video, I kind of went on a tangent. I think I was talking about my first console video game experience, or my first experiences with console gaming, and now I have to fill in the space again. And I guess I could talk about that again, because I don't know, I was talking about how I never really considered SimCity to be like actual video games when I was a kid, and how I'd been playing SimCity since I was in like first grade, but I had never really considered myself a gamer, and I never really considered SimCity to be like a game. For some reason, I had this like preconceived notion that like only true video games were like, or only like hardcore adventure, like shooter games were like actual video games, and everything else was just kind of like pseudo video games, like educational stuff. And there was like, I always saw like an educational aspect to SimCity, so I never really considered it a game. Same with the point and click, like I Spy games that I had as a kid. I never really considered those to be like true video games, even though they obviously were. They were just like rated G video games, but whatever. It wasn't until I started console gaming that I considered video games to be something that I did, or enjoyed. Starting with the GameCube. All my friends as a kid had GameCubes for some reason. I don't think really any of my friends, other than my one friend who lived in my neighborhood, had a PlayStation 2, which I knew was like the most, or which I now know is the most like popular console of that generation, but no one I really knew had it except for my one friend. Everyone else had GameCubes, so naturally I wanted a GameCube, and the first GameCube I bought was actually coincidentally from the kid who had a PlayStation 2. He sold his GameCube at a yard sale back in like 2007, and I really wanted a GameCube, so I bought it, and I bought it for $16. It was sitting out in the heat all day, so I was afraid it was broken, so I let it cool down in my basement. And then I didn't really have a TV to play it on at the time. My parents didn't want me to hook it up to the TV upstairs, so I had to hook it up to this huge projector we had in the basement, which was pretty cool because it kind of made like a theater situation where we had like this surround sound system, and I had a big projector projecting it up onto a wall. It's pretty nice. So yeah, that was like my first like real gaming experience. I started playing games like my best friends had a GameCube as well, and they let me borrow like Medal of Honor, Rising Sun was a big game. Tony Hawk Pro Underground 2 or something, one of the Tony Hawk games. Crazy Taxi, Mario Kart Double Dash. They played a lot of Brawl, but I never really got into that, so I never really played that. I'm awful at beat 'em up games. Super Smash Brothers, that is. Super Smash Brothers Brawl they had Mario Sunshine and Mario Soccer, though I didn't really play those games that much. And I really didn't get like really into gaming until my one friend gave me Resident Evil 4 for the GameCube. That was like the first game I really beat on my own. The first game I like quote unquote beat was in 2004, 2005. My best friend when I lived in Delaware had a GameCube, and he had Enter the Matrix, and that was like the first game I played. Though I was so bad at it, he would always jump in and like help me defeat bosses or whatnot. So I mean, I can't really say I technically beat it, but like it was the first game I played through, I guess. And then Resident Evil 4 was the first game I really played through on my own and beat, and I like beat the hell out of that game. I beat like the weird mini games you unlocked at the end, all that good stuff. Then my best friends got a Wii and started getting into Call of Duty because my one friend was really into it and got my best friends into it. But their parents got them a Wii, so they got the World at War version of, or the Wii version of World at War. I think this was right before Modern Warfare 2 came out. I remember my one friend showing us ads for Modern Warfare 2 right before it came out, and everyone wanting that game, and I wanted that game too, but I didn't have an Xbox 360, and I wouldn't have an Xbox 360 for like the next year. But yeah, anyway, my friends got a Wii, got World at War, and it was, I don't think they liked it. It was pretty awful. The motion controls were pretty bad. But then they got an Xbox 360 Elite. I wanted an Xbox 360 Arcade because I was like, I don't know, I felt the Elite would have been too expensive, but I'm glad I didn't get I ended up getting the Elite as well. But I asked Santa for an Xbox 360. The first year they gave me an Xbox original with a bunch of like Halo 2 games, stuff like that. I was a little disappointed, but I had a lot of fun with the Xbox original. Then the next year they finally got me the Xbox 360 Elite, which I was surprised because I was expecting like the Pro or the Arcade. But yeah, because for those of you who don't remember, there was multiple versions of the Xbox. My phone just went off. I'm gonna throw my phone over there. And yeah, it started with the Arcade, the Pro, then the Elite. Then they released like the Slim version of it. Then they released like this weird looking Xbox One-esque version, or Xbox One-esque version of the 360. They redesigned the Xbox a lot. Oh yeah, my other friend had World at War for the Xbox 360, which really made me want to get one as well. We would sleep over at his house and play World at War, Modern Warfare, and Halo 3. So that really sold me on the Xbox. I didn't really know too many people who had a PlayStation 3, and I really liked Halo, so I ended up opting for the Xbox 360. When I did finally get the 360, though, I was kind of really into horror games, and the first game I got was Fear 2. It was a whole pain in the butt, actually, getting my Xbox up and running, because I wanted to play online with my friends. That was another big selling point. I had never experienced online gaming, and I wanted to play Modern Warfare with them, but or Modern Warfare 2, that is. But for those of you who don't know or never had an Xbox, the original designs for the Xbox didn't have built-in Wi-Fi. You had to buy this like adapter that was like an extra $100. It was awful, and I didn't know that at the time. I just thought I could plug in my Xbox and go online and say hi to my friends. I didn't know that Xbox Live was a paid service. So I ended up spending like all the extra money I got for Christmas on a year of Xbox Live and the Xbox Wi-Fi adapter. And like I said, Fear 2 is the first game I got, which was like another $60. Man, I dumped a lot of money into the Xbox that year, because that was a new game. That was like $60. Played Fear 2 for a little bit, then I finally was able to save enough for Modern Warfare 2 and jumped on that game. That was like my first real like video game experience. Finally got, I think, like the first solo game I really played on the Xbox 360 minus Fear 2 was BioShock. That was a really good game. I think I borrowed that from my friend and then ended up getting it for myself. My other friends were really into Just Cause. I played a lot of Just Cause 2. I think I got like 75% complete on that game. Which is crazy because it's like, I forget how many square miles the island you play in is, but it's like a huge map, probably bigger than the GTA 5 map. I'm actually fairly certain it's a lot bigger than the GTA 5 map. And there's like a bunch of hidden things you have to find throughout the map, and like that contributes to the percentage of game completed. And yeah, I played a lot of that game. There's also things you have to like blow up. But yeah, that was my favorite. That was pretty much my favorite game for the Xbox, was that. What else was there? Yeah, Modern Warfare 2, Just Cause 2, I would switch between those two games a lot. I bought World at War, but that was, like, I don't know why I bought that game. I think it was just really cheap in GameStop, and this was when the online was still active, but it was, like, modded to hell, so, like, every game you'd get into, there'd be, like, I don't know, people with, like, rainbow clan tags or whatever, or rainbow names, and like aimbotting and whatnot. It was really big pain, and people like flying around the maps and stuff. I got that one mainly for zombies though. Zombies online was still awesome. Played Black Ops when it came out. I really stopped playing Call of Duty after Modern Warfare 3. Never got Black Ops 2, which I kind of regret, because I heard that game was really good. And it was kind of like a return to form. Not sure though, I never really played it. What else was there? Yeah, and Ghosts just didn't appeal to me, and I heard that game wasn't that good. Yeah, and that was it for Call of Duty. I did play Battlefield 3 a lot though. I think I got it was when I first bought Modern Warfare 3, it was between that and Battlefield 3. And the only reason I didn't get Battlefield 3 was because no one I knew had it. But after playing Modern Warfare 3 and kind of being, I guess, underwhelmed by it, I ended up getting Battlefield 3. Had a blast with that. I really like the vehicular like combat and the destructibility of the maps and whatnot. And yeah, and then I think the last game I really got for the Xbox 360 was BioShock Infinite. And then I just kind of stopped playing the Xbox 360. Well, Minecraft too, I guess I got that. that was a big part of my Xbox 360 experience. I was playing Minecraft, which has built up my channel to what it is now, thanks to the Xbox 360 version of Minecraft, because I didn't really have a computer at the time that could play Minecraft. But yeah, well, I'm finished this corner, so that's my experience with console gaming. Haven't got the Xbox One yet, but I don't think I am. I think I'm gonna stick to PC, at least for now. Although the Xbox One X looks pretty cool. Might even go PlayStation 4. I don't know. There hasn't been a lot of games released for the consoles that really kind of grab my eye. I've been playing a lot of PUBG, so that's been eating up a lot of my time. So yeah, right now I'm putting in an extra aisle because these rows of bleachers are a little bit too long and aren't broken up enough. So I'm putting in another row of bleachers, or another aisle for the bleachers for people to walk down. And then that's really going to be it. So yeah, I forget why I started talking about my experience with consoles and growing up playing console games. But yeah, I thought it was interesting because I know a lot of people here still game on the Xbox 360 or Xbox One, have moved on to the Xbox One. It's sad that like only people who are still awake on the Xbox 360, like the avatars in Xbox 360, like if people are offline, your avatar will be shown as sleeping. But if they're awake, they're like shown as awake if you're playing a game or online. But the only avatars that are awake for me are the ones that are on Xbox One. So it's like Xbox 360 is pretty much dead. But yeah. Alright, so built that aisle. I will build the other 3 corners, just like I did here, and then we'll cut back when I'm done that. Alright, I'm back with some more post-recorded audio, and as you can see, all 4 corners of the 3rd section of bleachers have been built, which pretty much concludes the bleacher portion of this Let's Build. So next Let's Build, we're going to be dealing with the exterior a lot, like the outer structures, even some of the interiors, especially with like hallways and like rooms, and kind of getting a the floor plan laid out. And then we're going to kind of start making decisions on how we're going to kind of allocate the space inside the stadium. If we're going to put like a internal parking garage, how stairwells are going to work, all that good stuff. So we're going to be seeing a lot of this outside area of the stadium. I think when I recorded this, I put on some night vision potion, so you can see the underbelly of this stadium, because this is pretty much where we're going to be working now. Yeah, all that, kind of figuring out what we're going to do with this huge bowl we've kind of created, and how we're going to make it look like a building on the outside as well as on the inside, which we've already kind of done. But yep, this has been Colonial Puppet. Be sure to check out the next episode when it comes out, and the previous episodes if you would like to follow along. And other than that, that's pretty much it for the bleachers. Have a good day.